Good evening, everybody, or whatever time it is where you're at, and welcome to a monthly update video for the month of May 2020 for the Jeep and Bubba channel. I don't know if I actually did an update for the month of April. It was a crazy month. I hope everyone is safe wherever you guys are at. I hope your families are safe. I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your Jeeps are running good or whatever off-road rig you have, and hopefully you've been able to spend a little time wrenching on it. These have been stressful times for a numerous amount of reasons for families all over the United States, but for us it's been stressful for a reason that's different than most. Besides having a 3 month 4 month old as of Friday at the house. We started a new business in the middle of the coronavirus, the COVID-19. So Black Bear Off Road, and there's a video we did about it, is officially open. We're taking customers right now. We only take appointments only, and you can call us, text us, email us, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, whatever you got, Telegram. I only check the telegrams once a week, so just know that might not be the fastest way to reach me. Emailing us at info@blackbearoffroad is definitely the fastest way to reach me. So I got a couple things I need to talk to you guys about that I couldn't just post on social. I want everybody to know on YouTube. I got a lot of info I need to cover, and I want to do it quickly because I'm actually just trying to get home before 9:30 tonight. It's been crazy. I've been working about 80 to 100 hours a week. Currently, as a lot of you know, I have a landscape business. So this is the busiest time of year for that. And it's the busiest season I think we've had in 30 years as a family business. And I'm grateful for that. But it's also really stressful to be managing that. And I actually go out and physically do the work. I get off at 4 o'clock and then I work here to the shop typically till 8, but I've been here until 9:30, 10 o'clock the last couple nights. And then I've been here all day. On Sunday, I take Saturday off with the family, and but I spend a lot of hours here. If it rains and I can't do landscaping, I'm here all day. And there'll be times where if I have an appointment, then I'll be here all day, and then I'll just coordinate things on the back end for the landscaping. But we're so busy, we're bringing in some temporary help just from other states, actually from Texas currently, that are not open. We're open as a state here in Georgia. We're the first to do it, and our economy is rocking. There's a lot of people on both sides that say yay or nay, but I'm happy that we're open, and I'm just washing my hands and being really careful. And I hope your family's being safe as well at this time as I touch my ear. Although there's no one in this room, and my hands are very, very clean for me. They don't have grease on them currently. My shirt is really greasy. You can't see that, so we're filming this up. Anyways, let's not ramble. Let's get to the points. I actually wrote down some stuff Abby drew on the backside a few days ago, so I'm reusing it for my notes. So here we go. One thing I really want you guys to know, and I'm going out of order currently, and I'll mess myself up, but on blackbearoffroad.com, and that's black, the color, bear, the animal, just like over my shoulder, although it's going to show inverted probably on the screen. It's OFF-road.com. So I think it's actually considered a hyphen. Let's see if this card shows it proper. No, it's probably going to show inverted. But you can see it. It's blackbearoffroad.com. That's my website. That's the logo right there. We are doing we're going to donate 65% of the profits made on the online store to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. Now, May is Cystic Fibrosis Awareness Month. My wife has cystic fibrosis. She's been diagnosed since she was 4 years old. And I have some close personal friends through her in the CF community. I actually have some people that we know that go to church with us. There's a lady that has it. There's some close friends of ours that run a great organization called Wheeling with CF. And then I have some other friends that are in the Jeep community that their daughter has CF. So we know quite a few people who have cystic fibrosis. But the thing is, it only affects 60,000 people worldwide. So there's not a lot of funding for it like there is for cancer or some of these other diseases. but it definitely affects our family, and it affects a lot of families around the world. And I know right now is a hard time to ask anybody for money, but if you're going to buy Jeep parts or off-road stuff or overland stuff, anyways, that's what we're going to give back 65% of our profits. So the way that works is if you give us $100 and we make a $10 profit, then we take $6.50 and give it straight to the Cystic Fibrosis Foundation. They are a fantastic organization. They're the reason my wife will live to be a lot longer than she was predicted to live when she was a young girl. They have put money into research for drugs that are directly affecting our lives right now, and making her a much healthier person. And it's fantastic what they do, and they're a great organization. And they're not someone I'm worried about when I give them $100. Is it all going to the CEO or whatever that may be? So they're a great organization. For the whole month of May, we're not going to offer any discount codes, any discounts. If you need something in particular you don't see on the website, just shoot us an email at info@blackbearoffroad.com, and we can serve you. We sell over 1,000 different vendors worth of product, whether that's off-road product or overland gear. So just for instance, Rigid Lights, Nitto tires, Method wheels, Mamba wheels, winches, Warren winches, Smitty belt, whatever you can think of on that end. On the overland side, we sell Gerber knives, Kershaw knives, Mora knives, Case, Buck, anything you can think of on that end. Camping gear, cooking stuff, jet boils, we can get all that kind of stuff. So, and things. My 8th grade English teacher said never say stuff, and I've already said it 20 times in this video. So let's move on. So you can do that, get some feel-good action, know that you're helping out my family and a lot of other families in the United States. And if you don't know what it is, you can check it out on it's cff.org.com, or Google it, cystic fibrosis. Basically affects the lungs and the digestive tract. And when my wife was born, the average life expectancy was like 16 or 17. So it's now moved into the 40s. But I want her to outlive me, and I want to live to at least 75. I don't know if this body can handle any more than 75, but that's my goal, guys. I am built like a Cherokee. I'm light and nimble and plan to go at least 350,000 miles. That's just me. That's me. Anyways, a little sniffling, but it's just from allergies here in the great state of Georgia. Tiffany Kill Designs. You may have noticed, and I did talk about this a little bit, but we do have a new sponsor of the channel, and that's Tiffany Kill Designs. They do awesome graphic design work. They do website design. They do all sorts of things that are beyond my comprehension and skill level, and that's why we've partnered with them. And we're going to be doing some cross-pollination and things. So Chris, one of the owners, is a husband and wife couple. Chris has actually just bought a Jeep YJ, and he also has a Sequoia. And so Chris, we're working on Chris's YJ in the shop. You're going to be talking about him on the channel contractually for the next year. So unless they get tired of me, I hope they don't, because they're doing fantastic work for us right now. The website's getting completely redesigned, and we're really excited to show that to you. They're taking us, like I said in another video, from being at the kindergarten level to the college level, and or the pros. It's going from amateur to pro, and I've already seen how it looks, and it's fantastic. It's not completely done. Chris is just really hitting the details that I don't value when I'm building something, but it's definitely something I look at when I am building a Jeep. So, it's just what he's passionate about and what he's actually a professional in and good at. So I'm really happy to show that and launch the new website in the future. And in the meantime, our actual regular website is up and running. And it's not that it's terrible. It's just, you'll see. It's going to be polished. It's going to be nice, real nice. It's going to go from like a 90s Honda, very functional, right, to like a modern day Lexus. That's a pretty, they both function, they're both nice. Lexus is polished, I don't know if you like Lexus. Maybe that's a bad one for you. I don't know. Maybe a 90s Chevrolet Malibu to now a Cadillac. Should we do Jeeps? Oh, it's going from being a Compass. I was trying to think of something I wouldn't offend somebody. A Patriot. It's going to a JT. It's going to a JL. It's going to go to a modern Rubicon, right? It's nice. It's going to be nice. Nothing wrong with Compass and Patriots. They work. Just, you know what I mean. Hopefully. Let's move on. Thanks, Chris and Tiffany. And one of the next videos that's going to be coming up, it's going to be a walk-around video of Chris's new YJ. This thing is super, uber clean. And I wanted to buy it, and cannot afford to buy it. Not that it was... What I mean is, all my money is going in my business right now and into my family, and I was not in need of another Jeep. But when I saw it, I really wanted to buy it. So... yeah, I really like his YJ. So there's gonna be we already filmed the walk around video. That's why I'm telling you the walk around video is gonna be coming out soon. And that kind of segues me into what you've been seeing on the channel recently. We did a walk around video with Bruce from Hammerhead Armor. Bruce was one of my coworkers when I worked at Nitro Gear and Axle, and we were the first 2 outside sales guys hired in Atlanta, and we worked together. I was there for a year, and we worked together during that time, and we've kept in contact since. And he still is in the industry, worked at Nitro for, I think, 3.5 years, almost 4. And now he's been at Hammerhead Armor for a little while. And he is an outside sales manager for, like divide the United States in half of Texas. And he's got the whole East Coast side. So, but he still lives in Georgia and he's a good friend of mine. So we did a walk around of his vehicle, his Hammerhead off-road work truck. And then the last video was us doing a set of power stop brakes on that truck. And that was a deal where there was a couple different partners involved, and we were trying to create some media, but also get some awesome brakes on their truck. And so we just, how it goes in the industry, everybody scratches each other's backs, and hopefully the good guys win in the end. And Power Stop's a great product. I have it on my LJ, and I would recommend it to anybody. And it was a really nice kit that went on his truck. And so we did a walk around of that and installed that. And the style that we did for the install of that was different than anything we've ever done before. Chris came in from Tiffany Kill Designs, and I just wanted him to shoot it on my phone. So that quality you saw was actually filmed in 4K on my phone, but it makes it easier for me to edit. But he's going to be helping me with some of that other stuff in the future. And so I like that style of video because he was filming me and I was directing and doing the installation. So I was like, hey, I want to get this clip right here. Then he was filming B-roll on his own, and it really made for a nice, easy install video. And I'd like to do some more of those in the future. And I know that we're going to be doing some stuff on his YJ. And so I wanted to do the walk around of his YJ so that as we do things in the future, you're familiar with the vehicle and what it came with from the previous owner. Also, I'm going to try to strip this audio and put it to podcast. I should have said that before I was 13 minutes in. So if you're listening to this on podcast and I was able to make that happen, hey, podcast listeners, I'll do a little intro to this if it's on a podcast. So hey, podcast people, if you're on this. If not, I'm just throwing this in for no reason. But if you guys like podcasts, please check it out. We've been doing interviews. So walk around videos and interviews are something you've been seeing more commonly. And the reason is I'm not wheeling. I'm at the shop working and I'm social distancing, and there are too many people on the trails here in Georgia right now, and I don't want to get into the politics of that, but some of you might have seen the pictures of the people parking in Charlie's Creek. It's whether or not it was planned or whether or not that was it was a bad idea. It's single file, it's one way, it makes us look terrible that you stop to take a picture, and whether or not you were just trying to get everybody through. When you wheel with 40 people at Charlie's Creek, and I'm not knocking those people, they may not have thought about this or might have grown as they went, but it's just not, it's not supposed to handle that kind of traffic, the reason, that I say these things is that when they shut it down, and they will shut it down for behavior like this, it's just, I'm sorry. We'll just have to off-road at off-road parks. And a lot of people say, well, why don't you just off-road at off-road parks? I like going out into nature and seeing its beauty and being able to cross a creek and maybe stop to fish and eat lunch. Just enjoy nature and not be at a man-made park every time I'm in my vehicle. Being able to experience overlanding across the United States, I would much rather not knocking parks. Because when you go to a park, you might get some extreme stuff, some hard stuff. A lot of times when I'm out here in nature, it's just the easy stuff. But it's just a difference of, maybe why would you swim in the pool versus the ocean? Right? The pool's fantastic. I want to swim in the pool every day. But then jump in the ocean, there's sharks. It's extreme. And that's rock crawling versus overlanding, or just being out in nature versus being on a Forest Service Street Road or a National Park Road or whatever, just a gravel road near your house versus maybe going to an off-road park. And again, there's lots of places that are like Beasley Knob that's not necessarily an off-road park that is pretty extreme too. And I just like those places. I don't want to see them get closed down, and that's why we do trail cleanups. That's why we're advocating and doing what we're trying to do right now to keep our trails open. And a lot of people don't think about this. A lot of people are new to it. And I'm not saying this to scold or judge those people. I just think that, we can make better decisions in the future and learn from it. And I hope we do learn from it. I hope there were some people that don't see anything wrong with it either. I think we have to think about being conservationists of the land, being good stewards of the land. If we're going to be out there using it, I mean, it's just like anything in life. It's just like your Jeep. If you're going to go out and use it off-road, there's things you got to do after. You got to grease, you got to clean, you got to put fuel in it, you got to change the oil. And if you don't, then it degrades and then you can't use it anymore. And that's the way trails are. I like that point. So, put a new transmission in my Jeep. Yep, I was going to film a video on it. I filmed an intro video to it. I don't feel like editing it in right here, but I went and picked up a transmission way down in South Georgia, and in the middle of the Corona COVID thing, but it was just me and him, and loaded up in the trailer and drove 3.5 hours back here, and over the course of 2 weekends, put it in with a good friend of mine. We pulled it one weekend, put it back in the next weekend. Bill, if you're watching this, thanks. Terrell, thanks. He was there for the reinstall. And I was going to film it, but then they were giving me such help. And it's just, everything's heavy and it's just hard to film. So I'm sorry I didn't film that for you guys. But we put a used transmission back into my Jeep. Sorry about that. We put a used transmission back into my Jeep, but it had low miles, like 45,000 miles. It was a TJ transmission, 42 RLE. And everything's been good. It's riding great. Jeep's great. So new torque converter, new filter, new gaskets, all that good stuff. So no issues, fresh fluid, friction modifier, all that good stuff. So the LJ's running good, and it has a low mile transmission. I wanted to upgrade to something nicer and beefier. But with opening the shop, I just wanted to be as cost effective as possible because there's things I want to do from an ad side where I'm putting money into ad revenue, or this desk I'm leaning on right now that you can't see, getting it built, and just getting some things put into the shop. It's just more important right now than putting in a 3500 built transmission. And who knows, I might diesel or LS swap or whatever, at some point. So I'm happy with the way we went, and it was cost effective. Total for the used transmission, torque converter, fluids, everything, I think I was in it maybe $1,200. So a built transmission, you're looking at about $3,500 with the torque converter, and that's not fluids, and that's not labor. So and that's not transmission cooler. And we are going to install a transmission cooler on this thing, and so we'll get that in eventually. We did have the Mishimoto radiator that it was installed prior in some videos started leaking, and I was pretty disappointed with that. Had a lot of friends that tell me it's gonna leak at the aluminum welds on the radiator, and it did. I don't know if we somehow put stress on it in some way and it was our fault or it was their fault. But one thing I'll tell you that they did a fantastic job at. I took a video where it was leaking from, and I sent the video to them with a serial number for the radiator. And they came back and said, listen, don't worry about sending this radiator back to us. If it's in your vehicle and it's working, I apologize, you guys. My allergies are killing me here in Georgia. So I sent them a video of the serial number, and they said, just if you'll pay $30 shipping, we'll send you a brand new radiator. And I don't know if this is, I mean, I didn't buy it through my business. I bought it prior. I don't even know. Yeah, I can get them, but I don't have that much margin on them. So maybe I bought it through my business, but it wasn't, I wouldn't have bought it direct through them. I would have gone through a wholesaler or something. So they thought I was just they just knew I bought it from them and I was a consumer. So it wasn't like a Jeep and Bubba Black Bear Off-Road kind of thing. This is how they were treating their customers. And I had a radiator within like 5 days. It cost me $30 shipping. But, and a lot of you say, well, why would you have to pay anything? But if I paid to ship back the old one so they could inspect it, it would have been more than $30. So I was happy to do it. And I got a really nice radiator. And I'm going to slap it in with a transcooler. So we'll do a video, maybe not of the radiator installation, because I've done some stuff like that, but maybe of a transcooler and how that works. And they are important on these transmissions for the TJs and the LJs. And they're not a bad thought to do to upgrade on other vehicles. So something to think about. But I'll let you guys know if this one leaks. Then we'll just have to go ahead and write them off. And I know a lot of people are opinionated about the radiators. That's fine. I understand. I'm going to give these guys a second chance. It cost me $30. So if that's the case and another one breaks, then I'll warranty it and I'll sell it and I will put, hey, user beware, and I'll slap something else back in it. It's just cheaping. So let's move on. What have we done? We've talked about the Hammerhead Armor video. Hey, it was a non-Jeep video for the first time. I think the first non-Jeep video that wasn't a campsite cocktail, that wasn't, a vehicle we worked on. It was a truck. So if you guys are interested in truck stuff, the last video was that Power Stop Brakes install. So that was interesting. So YJ walk around video, we talked about that. That'll be coming up soon. I'll try to post by the end of the week. Tiffany Kill Designs, talked about that. Transmissions in there. Black Bear Off-Road, CF. Okay, what we got to talk about next is wheeling and campsite cocktails. I'm going to be wheeling and camping in 2 weeks from the date of this video coming out, which will be today. I just posted them. As soon as I get off this thing, I'll post it. So, I don't edit these things. I just film it, boom. And so it's real. It's like I'm talking to you, like we were having a conversation. So I'm going to go camping. All the campgrounds are still closed here in the state of Georgia, but you can still go primitive camping, and there's plenty of roads that are still open. So we're going to go primitive camping. Hopefully there are spots available, but thanks to Gaia and a lot of other overlanders and off-roaders, I have quite a few spots saved in my phone, and hopefully one of those is available. And we're celebrating a friend of mine, Blake. You've seen his video, his vehicles before. He has a green JKU and a white JLU, and so he sold the JKU, the green one, and now he's just has the JLU. But that'll be out there. We're going to do some wheeling. There's going to be a couple people that join us, but we're going to be camping all weekend and kind of north of Dahlonega area and doing some wheeling, and it won't be anything crazy. I think we'll do Hot Mountain, maybe Bucktown Road. But we'll shoot a video while we're out there, but I'll also do an episode of Campside Cocktails. So those two things will go down. I've been talking with Good Brothers Off-Roads, a local Jeep club. A lot of the guys went with me on the trip we did to Durham Town, and they want to do a Campside Cocktails as well out at one of the guys' property. And I've been wanting to do it sooner rather than later, but we'll see. It's just been a crazy schedule recently, and we'll see if we can get it down, and we'll get those out for you. I've got plenty of drink ideas, so, if you have suggestions for other drinks you'd like to see, we'll do it. We'll have a little conversation and have a couple of drinks. So that's it. Wheeling Campsite Cocktails videos. Be looking for that mid to end of May. That'll be coming out. We'll be back out on the trails and back in the sauce. But not at the same time. Not at the same time. Shop Talk, episode 2. So we shot Shop Talk. We walked you around the shop and we showed you the shop before everything came in. Almost everything's in here right now except for the lift and maybe a few other pieces of equipment. So what I want to do is shoot a video of me walking around and showing you my toolbox and my tools and my tire mounter and balancer and the jacks I use and jack stands, and maybe go into a little bit of why, and then you guys can comment and say like, that's dumb, that was expensive, or man, that's a good idea, never thought of that, or maybe it's going to be the worst video ever put out. But it's kind of to document how this shop is going. I'd like to be able to look back at this myself, show it to my kids. But you guys, if this is a successful business or it's a failure, we have something to point to in a few years. So we could say, well, this is why you failed. You were using Pittsburgh Harbor Freight Jack. Or this is why you're successful. You kept your shop organized in a good way or something. You kept beer in the shop fridge, but you didn't drink it during... Well, I don't want to lie to you guys. We drink beer sometimes. Okay, so that'll be coming out this month as well. I just wanted to shoot this first because I feel like I could have done an update video and a shop talk at the same time, but I want to differentiate. So if you see shop talk pop up, we're not doing any installs in that video. We're going to be walking around the shop. The next couple ones will be... Hold on one second. I just need to blow my nose. It'll just make this better. Oh, Corona. Sorry. Everyone in my family just says Corona when anyone sneezes or blows their nose currently or coughs. I don't know if you guys do that too. I don't know whether that's offensive or not, but I have a weird family. But they're great people. So the next couple shop talks after that, we won't just be talking about the tools we use or any hacks or anything like that. We're going to be showing you actual installations similar to the style of video that we did when we were doing, sorry, I just lost track of that. For the power stop brakes installation, where Chris will come in and film me, and then we'll try to, what I want to do is make the installs fast, but informative, and so it's not going to be like, one of my videos for the wheel bearings and brakes is very thorough, but it's an hour long. And then some videos, you guys say I'm too fast and didn't give you enough information. So I'm trying to get somewhere in the middle so you get the general information. If you have questions, you can hit me up later. But we can, give you the most information possible. And we're going to pick even just simple items. One thing we talked about is putting a window seal in for Chris on his YJ. So that might be a video that you see in the future. There's other stuff like that we may do. We have the shop now, so it's easier to film this stuff and be in a good environment with good lighting. So look forward to that. Okay. Just a quick mention, Jeep Nation. We did a video, 2 videos actually now with Jeep Nation TV. There are other YouTube channels, so if you get time, check that out, please. We did it. I sat down and walked around and did an interview about the new shop. And then if you're interested in getting a cover for your Jeep, we did an installation of a Jeep cover here at the shop on Jeep Nation TV on YouTube. Just thought I'd mention that. Mamba Wheels. I just did a deal today. Just closed down a deal that we are now a direct dealer of Mamba Wheels. It's weird in the wheel and tire segment or market. Some people you can sell direct, and some people you have to buy through wholesalers or like parts houses. So like one parts house will carry like fuel, and the other will have method, and one will have race line, and so you have to sell through like certain ones, or you can go through your normal off-road. There's multiple different off-road parts houses. There's Trans-American Wholesale, there's Meyer Distributing, there's Premier, there's a couple different companies you can go through, and you can even go through like Summit has their own thing. So anyways, when you go through these companies, you can't get every single brand that you want, but one brand that I've always kind of felt like I lined up with was Mamba Wheels. I've run them on my vehicle before, and it's Mamba or Mamba, like Black Mamba, the snake, and they make some cool wheels in my opinion. They're owned by Koenig Wheels, and they worked with S3 Magazine for quite a while, but my Cherokee had their wheels on it, and I really liked them, and they're more of a car guy's wheels. So they might be too flashy, and some of them might be too flashy. They actually make a 5-split looks just like the old TJ Rubicon wheel, which is kind of cool too. But no bead locks. But they do hold up well, and I can tell you I've aired down to 8 psi on some of their wheels. So we are now selling them directly. I had to do a little stock order. So if you follow us on social, on Instagram, Facebook, or even TikTok, LinkedIn, where else are we? We're out there. So if you want to check us out, we'll be posting some stuff as that comes in about the different styles that we carry. But lots of options for Jeeps, and really an affordable wheel. And there's a lot of companies, and this isn't knock anybody, but like I like one or two of their wheels, and I'll go and look at the catalog of other wheels that they carry, but I just like those one or two, and that's the one or two you see on every single vehicle. Mamba, when I've hit up some people maybe about pre-selling some wheels, everyone kind of had a different opinion. Oh, I like this one, I like that one, I like that one. We all sort of have a lot of attractive wheels. It's just my opinion. And coming from the Koenig side of things, they're definitely a car guy's wheels for Jeeps, if that makes sense, without being just too bro-dozery. But these are all my opinions. I know everyone else has their own opinions. But anyways, Mamba wheels coming soon. If you want to order some, you can give us a call or email or whatever you want to do. Or you can wait and see it on social or look at our website. Maybe you'll buy them, and then the profits from that will go to the 65 Brosis Foundation. All right, the last thing, and I'm going to wrap this up for you guys. I would like to, in the next... whoa, we just got some heavy wind. We're okay. But we've had some changing spring weather around here. A couple of tornadoes, but we're okay. But it was hot today, and then it got really cool really fast. So it's been windy, and I think we actually have a storm door on this office, and it just slammed. Anyways, the next update video hopefully will be in June, but if not, maybe early July. And I'd like to answer some questions that you guys might have that you might not feel like asking on the comments below. Now, if you guys have ever looked, and you can go back and you can fact check me, but since the beginning of the Jeep and Bubba channel, I have responded to every comment ever commented on the Jeep and Bubba channel. I've at least liked every comment, whether I agree with it or not, and I've responded to 99% of them. And so if you can always ask me questions down in the comments. But what I'm getting at is, if you had a more in-depth question that you'd like to ask me. Oh, by the way, I am Jeep and Bubba. I trimmed this much of my beard and I cut my hair off. Not for Corona. It's pollen season here. And I don't know if you live has pollen and all that kind of stuff. We have it bad from our pine trees and our grasses and hickory trees. And I wear not a mask, but like a face shield, like a hoo rag. You might have seen those before. And with my other beard, it was just pushing in my face. It's hot. My 3-month-old's pulling it. So I just trimmed it for the short term. It'll be back to full length in about a month. So sorry if I'm making you scared here. But anyways, if you have some in-depth questions you'd like to ask me, you can always reach out on social and ask them and say, hey, this is for your next Q&A. I mean, not Q&A, the update video. Or you can email me. It's just info@blackbearoff-dash, however you want to put it, off-road.com. And you can email them to me and just say, hey, Brad, I have this question, and I can go ahead and answer it for if you want. But then I'll go ahead and shout it out and be like, Christian from Nebraska wants to know, what size are the axle nuts for a JK? And we'll discuss that. Or what is your favorite tire? Or whatever. I don't know. You can ask me whatever you want. It could be whatever. Overland gear, firearms, politics. I don't care. I'm an open book. I do not mind answering questions on here. And if you want me to shout you out or keep you anonymous, I can do that as well. If you leave your social media stuff, I'll shout out your social media stuff. But I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have on the next update video. It might be interesting for people to hear what other perspectives other people might have out there. I think it's interesting when I look at Facebook pages and Jeep forums versus what the general public thinks about Jeeps and Jeep parts. And so it gives me a perspective because it helps me better serve people, because I take a lot of what I know for granted sometimes that I didn't know when I started, doing this thing years and years ago. I bought parts that were junk and cheap, and I bought parts that worked, and I learned as I went, and that's a great way to learn for me. But I might could save you $1 by answering your question, or by you listen to the podcast, or this channel, or maybe you still want to try the cheap thing, but hey, whatever. But hey, a lot of you people have been suggesting my website and my company to people all over the internet. I really, really appreciate it. We've had a fantastic amount of people visiting the website. In fact, April was our best month of sales and traffic on the website, and that's the old website that I'm self-conscious about, not the new and hot one that Tiffany Kill Designs is doing for us. And so it was fantastic to see that traction, and that's mostly because people are stuck at home, but also mostly because you guys have been spreading the word about it, because I did not put that much ad money out there this month. It was all going towards rent and things like that here at the shop, and licenses and deposits and all that kind of stuff. So I appreciate that word of mouth. It really, really helps us. We are truly a small business. It's just me and my wife, and I have some good friends that come in and help when I need it. But we're trying to grow this thing. I think it's every shop's dream to grow up and be a Foos Designs or a Gas Buggy Garage, or maybe it's not, but for me it totally is. And there's people I definitely look up to in the industry and think that are amazing, but I also enjoy this process of growing this thing and having this space now where I'm not just in my closet filming this or recording this, that I'm actually like reaching out to you guys from my home headquarters on Black Bear Off Road. And even though it's 1,200 square feet, we mounted 4 tires today. We're doing a lift kit next week, and there's stuff coming in and out all the time now, and it's exciting. And there's parts going out, and we're busy. And I appreciate everything you guys do at home to spread the word. And we're gonna make a difference in this industry by just being kind and nice and being the good folks and good people, trying to keep trails open, trying to spread and be educational. And we're going to do some events when this Corona thing's over here. We're going to do some early morning coffee and Jeeps things. We're going to do some late evening adult beverages. Maybe a live campsite cocktail here in the parking lot. But we're going to be responsible because we want to keep these things going. So guys, if you've watched all 37 minutes of this, you are an awesome person. And if you're not subscribed to this channel and you've watched this whole thing, you should definitely subscribe, because if you're able to watch 37 minutes of me talking about stuff going on, then you're definitely going to like the other stuff that's going to be coming out of this channel. It's a lot more fun and exciting than me sitting at a desk and just talking. Please hit like, please comment, and just check us out on social. We're on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn. Probably still have a MySpace account. I don't know. SoundCloud, maybe? Who knows? We're on podcasts on Apple and Rocket Cast and Spotify and all those great places. We have a website on Shopify at blackbearoffroad.com. Email info@blackbearoffroad.com. And as always, we'll be seeing you.